Hello y'all, welcome to my week 33 update. I want to start off by saying thank you for watching me over the last few videos where I've had some problems with my audio. Today I switched to a completely different computer, different camera, different microphone. During my test video I sounded a little bit like a chipmunk, so I apologize if I sound like a chipmunk through this whole thing. But I do thank you for watching, even though the audio was a little rough on the last few videos. Hopefully it won't be that way with this camera. So, I've been having some ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs since I last posted. And I've been thinking, in response to my last video called How Many Calories Do We Need? I have one thing to say about that. It's not necessarily about the calories, the amount of calories. It's more about what am I filling those calories with? What am I putting into my body? We definitely need to have a range. I can't survive on 400 a day, and I don't need 4,000 a day. However, if I'm going to stick with my 1,200 calories a day, am I choosing to put in those 1,200 calories cookies, frosting, cupcakes, or am I filling them with broccoli, rice, chicken, fish, more healthy things? So keep that in mind when you are eating. It's about the quality of food that we're putting in, and it's not that important, about, how many, that I need to be anal and aiming for a certain number every single day. With my ups and downs, I've been having a lot of my crazy thinking, or stinking thinking as they call it, creep back in, just negative thoughts about myself, worried about my weight loss, just, thinking all sorts of stuff that I hadn't been doing in a while. And one thing I mentioned before is that I kind of have a carb monster. When I eat carbs, I start craving them really bad. I started to notice that the more high carb, high sugar things I was eating, the crazier my thinking was getting. I was becoming very anxious about different situations. I was worrying a lot. And then I kind of made a connection that, hey, maybe it's the high sugar, high carb foods that I'm eating. And I don't know what came first, the crazy thoughts and the anxiety making me want to eat those things, or those things leading me to have crazy thoughts. But they definitely were going hand in hand, and it was kind of like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The crazy thoughts, the bad food, I don't know. I've cut them out, and my anxiety has reduced. I'm not thinking like I was starting to think again. During my ups and downs, literally ups and downs on the scale as well, I kept going up and down between the last 2 pounds for about the last 6 weeks. I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated. My boyfriend says I was becoming obsessed, and that made me a little bit upset, and I thought, he just doesn't understand because he's never, been through this situation. And then I was thinking, if I could just lose these last 10 pounds, it would be fine, and why do I keep going up and down, and I don't want to come this far and feel like a failure, and I just need to lose these last 10 pounds, and why can't I lose these last 10 pounds? And then I realized, okay, maybe he's right, I am obsessing a little bit. And then that also made me think, what happened to the girl that said this? Okay, so I'm going to bring a little bit of psychology into this. As you know, I am a psychologist. There's something called the stages of change model, that anytime we go through any major change in our life, I mean, not even major, it could be any kind of change. A lot of times we go through these stages. It could be for losing weight, quitting smoking, quitting drugs and alcohol, stop biting my nails, whatever the change is. There's normally this pattern that we go through. I'll go through them quickly. The first one is pre-contemplation. That means we're not even really thinking that it's a problem. We're not worried about it. We don't even give it a second thought. The next stage is contemplation. That's like, okay, I have this problem. Maybe I want to do something about it. I don't know. The next step is preparation, where I say, all right, I have this problem. This is what I'm going to do. A, B, C, and D. Okay. After that is action. I put my plan into action. And then after that, there's a little bit of disagreement of what these are called. There's maintenance, where the new behavior has become such a part of my life that I don't even think about my old behavioral patterns. Some people say there's termination, where there's no worry about going back to the old behavior. I don't think it's ever safe to become overconfident and think I'll never go back to that old behavior. I think we always need to stay on our toes with things that have given us problems in the past. But anyways, another part of this is relapse, and I'm a substance abuse counselor. When my clients relapse, a lot of times they feel bad, they feel embarrassed, they feel ashamed, they feel guilty, and I tell them, look, you fell down, just get back up. Don't fall down and lay there and get ran over. And I have to listen to my own advice because I relapsed into my old thinking patterns. I relapsed into some of my old behaviors, and I was letting that, steer me down the wrong path. I started thinking, I'm never going to get to my goal, and 5 years from now I'm going to be one of those people that gained all my weight back, and it's going to be all a waste of time, and now I've ruined my stomach and there's nothing I can do to fix it. And, I started to get worried, and I had to realize, people go in and out of these stages all the time, especially with something as major as, weight loss. So I stopped worrying so much, and I said, hey, you know what? Obviously, I've slipped back into the contemplation stage. Right now, I'm just thinking about my problem, okay? And if I try to jump, and this happens a lot, if I try to jump from thinking about my problem into the action stage, I'm going to fall on my face. I can't forget about the preparation. So I stepped back, and over the last 2 weeks, I've been thinking, all right, what's my plan? I think that the P90X, though it's a good workout and it's helping me tone, I think it's, slowing my weight loss because I'm building muscle. I think that I'm eating a few too many foods that are high in carbs and sugar. I think I'm not drinking enough water. I think that I need a food plan because sometimes I just grab whatever's easiest. So I started planning out, what am I going to do? Now, slowly over the last week, I've been starting to put some of these things into action. I stopped doing the P90X. I went to the gym one day, did cardio, worked on the elliptical, swam some laps, felt awesome when I left. I really miss working out like that, and I'm definitely going to go back to it. My boyfriend and I made a food plan, put it on the computer. We're going to start cooking recipes out of recipe books. We're going to have the food ready, so I know, okay, this is what's for lunch, grab it out of the fridge. This is what's for dinner, grab it out, put it on the stove. Everything's ready because I have, proven to myself that right now I can't handle having free range over, what I'm going to eat. So, but even though we're not there yet, I started cooking out of the recipe books, even though we're not following the food plan yet. And by making these small changes, and realizing that this is a long-term goal to eat healthy and to be healthy. It's not a short-term sprint to see how fast I can get to my goal and then be unhappy when I get there. Because, another thing I started to worry about is, what if I lose all this weight and then I'm not happy? I'm still not satisfied. It's still not enough. And, and I thought back to that girl that said, if I didn't lose any weight right now, I would be happy. I would consider the surgery a success. And the thing is, that was, I don't even know how many pounds ago, 20 pounds ago I said that. And why am I weighing less now and I'm starting to let these bad thoughts creep in? I don't know. I relapsed into my old behavioral thinking. I need to just get back on track. So I feel like I'm ready. I took, like I said, a little bit of breather. I'm ready now. I'm looking at this as a long-term eating healthy. One thing I thought about was maybe I need to hide the scale from myself, but because I've backed off a little bit and I'm not obsessing so much, I don't think I'm going to do that. But if I do start obsessing, I'm going to give it to someone and say, hey, look, let me have it on the 4th of the month every month because that's my surgiversary. If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. I know that sometimes I become obsessed with the scale and then that affects my eating. I get so stressed out about it that I go eat something, make bad decisions. What else did I want to say? I guess I'll get to the numbers. Obviously, you can see that they're not that important to me anymore. The last few videos, I was starting to post them at the beginning of the videos, I think, which means they were playing more importance to me. But for week 31, I was 151.5. To be honest, I don't remember what week 30 was, so I don't know if that was up or a down. I think I was up a half a pound. Week 32, I was down a half a pound for 151. And this week, week 33, I am 149.5. As exciting as that was a few weeks ago when I hit 149.5 for a quick minute, I'm not that excited about it today because I'm more in the mindset of this is a long-term lifestyle change. I'm not obsessing over the numbers. I guess that's all. I'm actually going to make another video talking about dating after weight loss because I've been meaning to talk about it for like a month now and I haven't posted it, and I'm coming up on my time, so I'm going to stop this video and post another one. So anywho, thank you all for watching so much. I truly appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.